Pascal's a free SR unit with its special quirk, even though it's an RL. It does not have any charge time and therefore fires at the same fire rate as SG. This is probably ShiftUp's experimental attempt at fixing SR. Auto RL and just hold it. I mean, if they fix rocket launchers in this regard, that's great. Either that or like the way they do it on A2, where they kind of essentially hard cap you with like an hard animation. This is a nice consideration actually. I wonder if they're gonna make like future units kind of like this, like future rocket launchers unit. And then I wonder what's gonna happen then for the existing sniper rifle and rocket launchers. I mean, I think what we should do then, if we show like positive reaction to this, and if they end up just kind of doing it for other units, I think we would have a better, more consistent gameplay, right? And so we can get a better accurate representation of how balanced the character is. Because like, for example, right now, Alice, there's varying performance of Alice, right? Depending on how good the player is, right? Whether they have like a good gaming chair or, you know, they have boomer hands. So they have this approach with Pascal. They also have this approach with A2, right? So A2, the way her charge shot works, or seemingly working, is like she has like a hard cap animation, so you can't really quick fire it. So this is me trying to spam like right now. You can see. So right, like I'm trying to spam like clicks right now, but it's just that, like, and compare it to this one, chat, right? Like let me show you. Okay, power, for example. So if I try with this, watch, look at the fast, right? You see how different it is for rocket launchers? So if these two are their solutions to rocket launchers, like Pascal's and A2's way, basically for A2, it's kind of telling you that, yeah, you're gonna have to just let her auto. Can I hold it? Oh yeah, you're right. Let me test it real quick. I'm holding it right now. Yeah, so it's not until I release it. So it's different. So, but then the thing is, like, it's kind of delayed hard enough where, like, after you release it, basically I'm gonna release it right there, there's like a slight delay. So in that situation, it's kind of like hard wired to, or like how fast like your speed is. So in that situation, you might as well just let the unit auto, right? That's kind of like what they're saying here. It's like, oh, you want like the rocket launcher to be fixed? Yeah, you just hold it. And then the alternative is obviously the Pascal, which is someone that you can just like hold the button on. So let me try this. Yeah, I'm just holding the left click here. So if these two are their solution to it, then now I'm wondering if they're gonna retroactively apply it to other sniper rifle or rocket launchers. So like to Alice, for example, and stuff. That is actually promising, because or hear me out, what if they allow like toggle instead? So you could do that. It's similar to Pascal, where you're like, they're toggling it so you can just like auto shoot it. Actually, I don't know how that's gonna do. There's still a possibility of like the manual shooting being better, right? Because the way what's happening on Pascal is Pascal ends up being a rocket launcher with only 100% charge rate. He doesn't have a scaling charge. Yeah, a weapon that cannot cast charge attacks. Yeah, there's a description specifically like this. Yeah, they're probably gonna ask for feedback, and then I don't know if they're gonna retroactively do it, Because I have a feeling that it is possible that they can just go to the route where they're just gonna leave the current ones alone. So like Alice is probably gonna be left alone and stuff like that. But then future units are just gonna be balanced into this with this in mind. So not really a skill overview for Pascal, but more like a weapon overview, which is kind of nice. But then now, yeah, okay, you know what? Fine, let's just break down the skill overview. Well, I'm not gonna break it down, but I'm just gonna talk about it. But at the end of the day, it's not really that far off from what we've talked about in Pascal anymore. But he's end up being kind of like a little bit more inferior Rapunzel, right? Not a little bit, it's a lot more inferior Rapunzel. Because this one only heals one ally unit that is the highest defense, so it's not even flexible, right? Unless that highest defense is like a taunter also, then that's another matter. And then there's this one is the HP potency, which is basically just like the amount of like healing, like multiplier essentially, right? And then you have the burst, which is just affecting 3 allies instead. And the downside on this one is like it's 40 seconds. If they did it 20 seconds, I'm more inclined to rate him higher. 40 seconds is a little bit too much to me at this point. Yeah, there's no HP increase though, so Pascal is not gonna work with 2B. But Pascal 8-2? Actually, I'm not sure. Because like Pascal is only gonna heal really on the burst for 8-2. Because likely 8-2 is not gonna have the highest defense because 8-2 is an attacker, right? Not a defender. So that's another thing. I don't think they would give a support healer with 20 seconds burst. Yeah, because that would actually, well, one, that would really make Mary useless. And then there's already Summer Mary, and then there's Pepper, and then there's Soda technically. Yeah, I could see why. But then again, if you need the 40-second healer, then like Noise and Emma, I think, are the bigger ones. Technically, Freema does heal, and technically, Milk has a pseudo heal by making you lifesteal when you burst. But then it's a 40-second. So it's really difficult to have like another 40-second unit. Pascal burst gen in PvP is above Pepper. And Kiripo's take at PvP. You know what? I'm just gonna send the link. I trust Kiripo's PvP experience. This guy has probably spent more gems like testing on PvP than like some other people have spent on pulling for characters. So TLDR, Pascal is situational. Use burst gen battery with the same high energy generation as shotgun, but better when used against a Jackal team. So it's a burst generator. The good thing about it is I see why he would go with against a Jackal team as a caveat. Because like shotgun does have a good energy generation, but the issue with them is they have multiple hits, which will trigger like Scarlet's skill 2, I believe, multiple times. And so against Jackal, it is actually better. Or also, yeah, shotgun will, when you shoot a Jackal team, that's gonna give them a lot of burst gen just because they're taking a lot of damage. Oh yeah, he actually mentions it here. SG attack hit enemy 10 times. This means that Jackal teams, yeah, because if Pascal can do a burst gen that is equal to shotgun, but then it's not gonna generate the enemy team's energy gen, then I could see why Pascal would be a choice. One downside is Pascal is an SR. That's probably the bigger one of the bigger downsides. You could be CP suppressed, so that's something that you need to pay attention to. Oh my god, Kiripo literally just said it. Why am I saying things that Kiripo just said? Anyway, not only that there's been survivability issues, but also CP penalty issues. Okay, like literally, I should just read the whole thing. I'm like giving my opinion already about PvP, and then like Karipo's here, just like he literally wrote it down. You know what? I'm just gonna link it to you guys. You guys can read it. Whatever. Did brain power wasted? Yeah, I'm wasting my brain power when I can just like Unga Boonga. Karipo already wrote it. Chat, if you guys have any question about PvP, like look, just like go to like Karipo's post. So whenever you go there, strategy, like I guess you could control F there and then search Karipo, and then like he'll post like a lot of like PvP stuff, especially whenever there's like a new unit. Like, so if you guys are looking for PvP guides, like this guy's the guy to check like his posts on. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me about PvP, and I'm not really a big PvP guy. A lot of the people in my chat are better at PvP than me, and especially with my bracket. Although Karipo is technically in my bracket, I believe he has other accounts that he used for testing. I don't really test PvP as that much, and I believe he has a Noeta as punching bag. He intentionally is like lower here, and then he's just hitting. I don't know if he still does it, but there was a period in time where he did try to keep hitting me. I was like 116 days ago, where he was testing things, but I think after a while he got too strong now that there's like too huge of a CP difference. So that's why he stopped hitting me. He's like, I'm too weak. It's like, you're too weak. He's probably just hitting the Noeta. And I think they're in the same guild. So my guess is like he's asking the Noeta to change his team comps. Actually, I never really checked the Noeta's team comps. There you go, chat. If you guys wanted to see his team comps. What server I play on? I'm on North America, and my server number is 14. This is server number 14 is like 30 minutes early from the login on lunch. So like when game launch, it wasn't actually launch at the time that they specified. The game launched like I think 40 minutes before the actual launch, and I just happened like I just happened to like click login like 30 minutes before, and then that's when I got like, that's how I got to server 14. But then that means like I guess like the people that are on server, I guess like less than 10 are people that logged in like maybe close to 1 hour before. Getting ready for Champion Arena? Yeah. Listen, chat, if there is like a betting thing in Champion Arena, I'll be betting on Karipo. My money's on Karipo. Just like the Grand Blue Fantasy, good old Guild Wars betting system. I like how we ended up talking about PvP in like a Pascal conversation, but it is what it is. Rocket launchers and PvP, different rocket launcher change and PvP, kind of nice.